Hello, this is Nancy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have 3 tumbling tower DIYs. The first one we're going to do is the planter with optional lid. I got the inspiration for the planter from Budget Friendly Creations here on YouTube. I'll leave her link down below for her planter. Hers is much larger than mine. You can make yours as big or as small as you want. The first row of tumbling towers we're not going to glue because we're going to use this as a lid. The next row we're going to stagger at the joints and glue those down. And I'm using my cut-off saw. You can use miter shears or a miter box. They're pretty easy to cut. For the stem, I'm using part of a small rolling pin, but you can use a dowel or a stick from outside, and you just adjust the top layer of the tumbling tower blocks until the stick doesn't fall through, and then glue it down. Now we get to paint it. I'm using the antique wax from Waverly, and I'm just doing one rough coat on top. Once that is drying, you're going to get 6 tumbling tower blocks and glue them on top of each other in sets of 2. This is going to be part of the lid so it doesn't slide off. And then I'm going with my sander now and just roughing up the edges and make it more weathered looking. Doesn't exactly look like a pumpkin, but I think it came out beautiful. The second project is a tuna can trinket box. I lost some of the footage, sorry about that. But I painted the can black, and then I put a layer of Mod Podge around it so it doesn't scrape off. Then I'm painting the blocks with the antique wax again. I love that color. Now with my hot glue gun, I'm going to glue the blocks around the can. I'm going to stand up the can so that the blocks are flush with the bottom of the can. So that the bottom of the can does not scratch your table or dresser, I'm using the adhesive cork from Dollar Tree and just tracing it around and going to glue it down to the bottom of the can. For the lid of the Trinket box, I'm using a wood round from the Crafter Square. It's about 1 inch thick and it's the perfect width for the Trinket box. I'm adding 4 tumbling tower blocks at the bottom. Again, I lost some footage, and this will keep the lid from sliding off. And then on top, I'm using a wood circle, not round, from Michaels. And then under that, I'm using one of the laser cut flowers from Dollar Tree. These can easily be stacked up on top of each other and make them as tall as you want. DIY number 3 is a trailer for farm truck. I made the truck earlier in one of our videos. I'll link that below. We're going to get these trucks also from Dollar Tree, with the wooden ones, and we're going to take them apart. I'm using my heat gun and spatula to separate them. And once you separate them, you're going to cut it down the back side of the where that line is. I'm scoring it with my finger blade here and just crack it off. These can easily be cut with scissors as well, as I found out here, and just smooth off that edge. Now we're going to get some tumbling blocks. We're going to glue 4 of them together side by side, and then we're going to glue the 5th and 6th piece vertical from there. You make an L shape. I'm designing as I go, so here you see me measuring the back of the truck or the trailer, make sure that I have enough blocks. Now we're going to glue the trailer to the Jenga blocks, and make sure when you glue both sides that they're even on both sides and standing up without being wobbly. This one didn't have a railing, so I'm adding a railing with some wooden coffee stirrers that I got at Dollar Tree. And you're just gonna measure and cut until you see what you like. Here I'm using my mat to make sure that the sticks are straight. Then I'm going to glue the horizontal pieces. They're a little big here on the back side, but once you put the horizontal piece, you can use some scissors and even them out. Now we're going to start painting it. We're going to use the bed of the truck with the antique wax like I did before. And then the truck itself, I'm using a mixture of the Pool Waverly chalk paint and the navy blues Delta Ceram coat to make the shade that I want. I also painted a single piece of Jenga block, which is going to be attaching the truck to the trailer. Now we glue that single piece of Jenga block to the front of the trailer. And while that's gluing, we're going to add the magnets to it. I'm using the E6000 to glue it down. And then we're going to put the other side of the magnet on the underside of the truck. And gluing that down as well. I'm using some of the dark navy blue to highlight the truck in some parts here and there. This all is your preference, whichever, you can leave it flat, with one color or three colors or whatever color you want. I'm using the Waverly chalk paint and ink to paint on the tires. Now you can decorate the trailer or the bed of the trailer. I'm using the mini hay bales from Dollar Tree. I'm gluing them in, but you don't have to. You can leave them loose and then change them out by season. Now I'm grabbing my white pen and just giving it some highlights here and there to give it more dimension. I'm adding one of my wooden pumpkins to the back of the truck. I'll leave that link for that video down below. And I'm using this silver paper and punching a 1-inch hole or circle to put on the inside of the tires of the truck so it looks like hubcaps. And here's my husband making his cameo. He wanted to help me out today. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends. If you're interested in any of the items that I make, they are for sale. Just message me on Instagram.